Amazing. And I think it really shines a light and kind of gets over some of this. Really, every story about China in the mainstream Western media is negative. Poverty is reduced, and it's like at what cost? I don't know if you remember all those hilarious headlines, but it gives a really false portrayal of China in the Western public image. And one of the latest newer propaganda lines, which is in the Western media, is that China is producing too many solar panels and that China's massive investment in green industries is somehow a problem. What do you make of this new attack? And what is China doing to combat climate change that we might not know about because of the bias of the Western media?
I remember 10 years ago, 20 years ago, all the media are attacking China for pollution. They're polluting the air. Your emissions is too huge. So all the media are accusing China, like you have the responsibility to reduce your emissions, to do that, to save the environment because they're biggest emitter. And I mean, that's 10 years ago. Now the air is clean, the rivers are clean. China planting more trees to make the earth greener. So China did a lot to save the environment, and we still attack China. So they're like, well, what do you want? It's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. So no matter what you do, I mean, they just gonna attack you. And for example, solar panels and also the electric cars. And I want to mention, if you come to China nowadays, you'll be shocked at the number of electric cars on the streets. So many green plates of the cars, because green plates means your e-cars. There's so many Chinese brands making very cutting edge e-cars. My family has an e-car. So many families have an e-car. So it's good, right? It's much cheaper. It's cheaper than gasoline. It's a green energy, renewable energy. It's good for the environment. And remember how they attack China for this? You have an overcapacity. You have an overcapacity of what? Me, just because we've been working, the Chinese people have been working, making cutting edge technologies. I mean, e-cars, solar panels with this renewable energies, it's good for the environment, good for the working class people, good for people in the global south who want to spend less on this energy, right? So it's a good thing because it's making cars, all these things more affordable for the people, less rich people. But then you will see in the past few months, America start to attack China as over capacity and start to ban China's e-cars. Why? Because they think the Chinese e-cars is making their Mercedes-Benz, Audis, Ford, Volvo, all these cars not competitive anymore. So they're not even interested in catching up with the e-cars technology. Since like you are much more advanced, we just not going to do that. And we're going to ban your cars. So I mean, that's their tactic. That also reminds me of a research by some Western researcher. The headline, the cover is China's air is cleaner, but at what cost? 10 years ago, it is China polluted the air. But now it's like China's air is cleaner at what cost? So this is the same old tactic. Damn it if you do, damn it if you don't. But if you ask the real experts on environmental protection, either from former United Nations, like Eric Solheim, he's former secretary of the United Nations, and he's an expert on environmental protection. I talked to him and interviewed him. He said he's shocked and he could never imagine China would make such a progress on environmental protection 10 years ago. And if ask economist, American economist Jeffrey Sachs, and he also said China is amazing at the space of renovating technologies. So I mean, all these leading experts are saying China is actually doing a much more good work for the saving the planet. But only the media, only some politicians are not happy with that.